Just trying to release some of these busy thoughts, positive thoughts. Conference with the Lord and all the elements that are a part of that connection, and clear my head. Clear my head from what's attacking me, bringing negativity, trying to free space, switch that off. Anxious thoughts, anger thoughts. Let it go. And make room for what I really want. Focus on that. It's weird talking about being a millionaire and not having to do a thing for it. You know, anything with work these days just doesn't appeal to me. It seems very foreign to me. Just saying that right now makes me want to cry, because I've always been like, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, play hard, work hard, work hard. And then I'm at a place where I would still want everything that I wanted when I wanted to work hard for it. Now I don't want to work hard for it. I just want it to be there. Just want to be a millionaire and be able to provide for my family in lavish and easy ways. To support their dreams, desires, and needs. Help heal them, give them opportunities to heal, to grow, and be. And I want to be a conduit of that. I don't want to work hard at all. I want it to be complete ease and grace, love and joy, and it's a very high ideal. And I know that it doesn't reflect a lot of reality, but I have nephews that need love and support. They need a lot of love and support. I want them to know that I'm a source of that. My nieces, my son, and I want to nurture. I'd like to nurture animals with ease and grace, not feel like they're taking from me trying to experience life with them. I'd like to be loved physically by a man in every way. It's been a long time since I had that. And I'd like to stop wanting those who don't want to serve me properly. You know, I had an ex-lover who I fell deeply in love with. I wanted to have a life with that person. Share life with them. And for a few years, they really neglected me. It really hurt me. The ghosting was the hardest part. The ghosting is the hardest part, and the coming back in after months of no contact, no responses, no chivalrous, respectful gestures, no explanations, next to no. And using my body me allowing myself to be used, being so desperate and starving for their affection, to allow myself that for a long time and not be honored, not be cared for, not be provided for, not be respected. Oh, shit. Go. Ugh. Ugh. A bug that bothers me. Go, 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 go. Can you please go away? Stay away. Stay away. Anyways, yeah, I'm out here at night. But I don't like roaches, period. So I'm not going to hang out with them. Anyways, that hurt me. And me being really upset with my current boyfriend, who's completely neglecting me for all logical reasons on his side. But if he could just give me a little, it would go a long way. But he has a whole lot of life circumstances that have his attention and need his attention. And I don't have anyone giving me any attention. And that's what he was mostly good at. So it's kind of how we got connected. So when I don't have that, I feel very like off. And I don't need a lot of it. I just need it to stay consistent. So when it's gone, it's definitely felt. Now that he's taking so much space to do other things, it left me time to reflect on what I really enjoyed about my ex, because what other person could I think about? It wasn't my current one that was exciting me, since he's pissing me off. And so what the ex was really good at was sex, and I was visualizing and enjoying him mentally, sexually, in my bed by myself, because the fantasy was easy for me to, connect to. And unfortunately, I heard him telepathically. I knew he could hear me. I know that he could feel me making love to him, and me enjoying him making love to me in the ethers. Mind you, I haven't spoke to him in months. And his last text to me was, I'm never going to contact you again. And I told him, take care. And I think that was back in May. No, March. It was in March. But prior to that, we hadn't seen each other since New Year's. So really hadn't had much of a connection to him since really last year. But we had the New Year's kind of reconnection thing that went terribly bad because of my current person. But that's another story. So basically, while I was masturbating and while I was making love to him in my mind, in the ethers and energetically, I could feel him, and I knew he could feel me. I could hear his voice. I could feel his spirit. And this is the first time, not the first time, but the first time I really allowed myself to get into it like I loved him again. And I even told myself, if he contacted me, I'd let him come over. I'd somehow have to tell my current, let him know that I'm going to take this experience, because I just wanted to feel physically loved on. And I knew that this person could do that. I mean, that's pretty much all he proved to be good for. But I kind of had a feeling he'd call me after that. It was pretty intense. So then what happens at 8:44 today, the whole day that my current man is ignoring me, and since yesterday told me he's not going to be spending time with me because he has so many other things that he's focused on, and I just need to be patient. Like, well, I just need to be patient. Okay. All right. But you can't send a good morning text. You can't just say, I hope you're having a good day. Super busy today. Hopefully we connect tomorrow. Just something small. Sounds really insignificant, but really important at the same time. And it doesn't cost him anything to do that. So I don't know why he wouldn't do that. Either way, my ex did hit me up today, and instead of, being humble and being gracious, because he knows that he wants me, at least physically, just as much as, I have been wanting him, he's going to say, hey, I just want to know if you still want to do the beekeeping thing. Mind you, no contact physically since January. Didn't hear a text from you. And that was, a groveling trying to connect with me after I already declined connecting with you in March. And this is a text I get. Because he's so emotionally unavailable that he can't say to me, I've been thinking about you. I want you. You're going to bring up some after sex conversation we had about beekeeping, forever ago, last year sometime. Now that you finally confessed you had bought a piece of land and didn't want to tell me where it was at. Heaven forbid I know where it's at. So you're just so full of shit with all your unnecessary boundaries. Not even that kind of person to be stalking or anything like that. But you felt the need to keep everything from me except for your dick when it suited you on those random times. Fortunately and unfortunately, that was extremely good talent of yours. You definitely knew what you were doing for the most part. But you're a very selfish man. And that doesn't work for me. And I wanted to respond to him, and not about that, but basically just to, engage and get him over, because part of me was still also a little bit in awe that because of that afternoon session I had with him, I basically conjured him up, and now he's texting me out of the blue. And then, just needing to be fucking sexually satisfied and touched and felt, and he's so good at it. But the Lord was very clear to me before I went to respond. Very clear. Very, very, very clear. Not to engage. Not to respond. Do not respond. Do not engage. It's not safe. Those are the strong messages that the Lord had to share with me many times while I was fighting myself, trying to connect with that, trying to figure out what to say, trying to decide if I'd let him in, and if I'd let him in, what would I have to tell my current man, and realizing that even though me and my man has often talked about being sexually open on so many occasions, that I know that he's not going to be able to be well. He won't be well with me telling him, and I'm not okay doing it behind his back. I want him to know if I do it out of transparency. I don't want the karma of sneaking and cheating and creeping and all that stuff. Like, we're adults, and we have to have tough conversations, and we have to be direct, and we have to be honest, because we're sharing ourselves with somebody. They deserve to know what's going on. And so I would definitely tell him Of course, I don't want the ramifications of what happens when I tell him, which is part of the incentive to not do anything at all, just because I don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation and disturb what little peace we do have between us, because we do have a long distance relationship. He lives on the other side of the continent and now has started a work project that is consuming him and his children who need his attention and all the things. I don't understand how he's not spending any time with me or finding small breaks, because I also work full time helping people and I also have a full family, that I connect with on a regular basis and whatnot, and friends. So it's not like I don't have other things to do. But right now I'm in a place of ease and I don't want to work hard right now. I've been a single parent. My son is now officially 19, joined the military, and called me from his, his first weekend at basic training today. So I was glad to hear his voice and everything. So yeah, it's like I want to live some life right now. I want to have some fun experiences. I want to be felt. I want to enjoy my days, and my days are constantly just filled of cooking, cleaning, and working, and sometime at the pool. And still in a state where I don't have a lot of friends out here, and the ones that I do have, I don't necessarily connect with them in person all the time. So yeah, I get a little lonely, and my current boyfriend fills a huge void in that, because I'm used to us connecting every day. And then when he was here, we'd be together every day and we'd be talking every day, and I don't know, it's just that level of friendship and consistency is what really put him at the front of the line, because he is the most consistent. So feeling that break in that right now, and we had a little tiff last week, and feeling like it's not fully mended, and he can't really put too much energy towards fixing it because he's working and creating right now. When he's creating and trying to manage all these things, it's like he only has so much energy, and then the energy he does gives me is really lackluster lately, and it's just not fun for me. It just kind of sucks right now. I am a little bit lonely. I am grateful to hear the voice of God, though. I'm grateful to the Lord that despite how I feel about it, that human emotion and the disappointment and the desire and all of that, I'm grateful that I heard the voice of God telling me not to do that, because I don't know what's on the other side. Sure, I still have those physical desires. It's in my spirit. We were making love for like 2.5 years, so to say we're connected is a huge understatement, but knowing that this is not a man who's going to be good for me, my mental or emotional well-being, and he has extremely tough time expressing himself and being sincere and honest and everything. So that doesn't help me. Like I need that level of care, and that's why he always resulted in sex, because in a way we communicated that way, and we could communicate that way. I knew how he felt, what he was going through, by just the way we would have sex. We would connect, we would make love, and we would I healed that man. He brought me his pain. And it masterized into extreme menstrual problems for me. I would be bleeding for weeks when we first met and we started having sex together, because of the amount of pain that he was releasing into my body. And he always felt better and lighter, and then he'd go off in his world and do his thing, and then I'd be there to transmit all of this pain, this sorrow, and the way it left my body was in blood. So much blood. I'm so glad. I'm so grateful my periods were always very normal, very regular. And then he came along and everything went off track and it got intense for no reason other than me transmitting the pain he left in my body. So I still pray for him. Like, I ask God to heal him, help him, do all the things, because I couldn't do it anymore. I'm still a vessel. I'm still a human. But I do love that man. I love that man. I love making love to that man. It was never just sex, even though that's the way he wanted to show up. But women need more. Women need more. We can't just take your pain and you give us nothing. And he was very imbalanced in that way. He didn't give me hardly nothing. That's the pain. That's the pain that I'm left with, because I'm like, you can't be that selfish. You can't be that selfish. You were that selfish for a long time, and I allowed it because I was in love with him. I love the sex. And I was pretty lonely, so I did not have a long line of other suitors. And the ones that I did, very few. They dated very few other men in between him. Very few, if not just one or two. They sucked in bed. They were terrible substitutes, and they were also users. They were very much so users in other ways, and I could not use them in the same way. Basically, I'm missing really good sex. I'm missing affection. I'm missing money. I'm missing feeling, physically and emotionally taken care of. But one thing I am feeling great about is that the Lord has brought me to a place where I am so stable. I am not in danger of like financial danger anymore. Praise God. Like, I'm no longer in financial danger. I'm moving out of scarcity mode. That is a lot of psychological and emotional trauma that I'm trying to transmute in my body and my mind, because coming out of scarcity, you start recognizing all of your patterns. I'm like, why do I have 2 giant trash bags filled of grocery bags and won't throw away any bags that come in? Like, what is this? I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need them for when I move. Like, well, when you move, you'll go get bags. Like, no, I'm saving them. I'm holding on to shit. Like, I'm in scarcity mode was not allowing me to feel free, not making me feel free in my life. And I'm moving out of that. Like, I feel the small changes with the awareness alone. And also looking at my fridge, constantly looking at my fridge and seeing food. Oh my God. I needed to see food. Oh my God, you guys. Buying 1 loaf of organic sourdough bread and cutting it in half and freezing it pre-sliced, so that way I could take out a slice at a time and it don't go bad, and I can, and I'm afraid of the calories and all the things. It's just like so stressful. So stressful being in survival mode when you have a really refined palate when it comes to food. It's kind of concerning. And I really like quality stuff. Like, I love good food. I love quality food. If I can get organic and it's not beating me over the head, then I try to go there. I don't eat a lot of junk, but I do like really rich foods and tons of flavor. And I don't always have the physical energy to like cook to the capacity of what I like to eat. So like eating out and that kind of stuff plays a big part in my health and well-being as well. So there's a lot of things that I'm trying to balance out for myself. And then always being a mom, like being a mom first all the time, not having anybody to mother is a big deal to me. I'm trying to figure that out right now. How to mother myself, not mother my man. Like there's a lot I'm working through. And I'm grateful that I have the peace and the time to discover it. And I'm doing it with the help of the Lord, the Most High. the ultimate source of power, of existence. And that alone is so much to be grateful for. It really makes everything seem so silly when you think about it that way, but at the same time, you know that the Lord cares about the things you care. The Lord is everything. And I will never be one of those people be like, the Lord doesn't care about me. I'm too small and insignificant. He's got other things. No. It's all the Lord. It's all the Lord. The Lord has everything. I allow the Lord. I ask for the Lord's voice. I ask for guidance in everything. And I'm talking about even when I'm seasoning my food, like my portion sizes, how much I put in. The little things. The Lord cares for you. The Lord cares for you. You have to get in. You have to ask. You have to be quiet enough to hear. And then you have to be obedient. Whether you like it or not. I did not like being told I could not engage when I'm the one who energetically called this guy and told him if he called me, I accept him. I energetically made that agreement. This guy called and worse than rejecting him, I said nothing. But I did that. Oh my God, these water bugs kill me, dude. They are like all over here. It's the only thing about night swimming I don't like. The creepy crawlers, okay? Real talk. Yuck. Go away. I wish you'd just go away. Go away. Ew. They're so close. Anyways, I don't like all the creations. And I don't have to understand why the Lord made them all. They're there. Ugh. I know they have a bigger problem with us. But anyways, I'm obviously talking to my camera because I need to talk to somebody. And that's what happened right now. So, yeah. Hey, Carissa. Nice therapy session.